Everybody, welcome back to the Huddle, the Review.com's weekly sports show. I'm Executive Editor Rob Toder of the Alliance Review, joined as always by Mike Brown, Sports Editor. And today, Mike, we're going to talk about wrestling and a really good first weekend of sectional wrestling at West Branch and a couple other sites. And let's start with the Division II at West Branch and kind of give us a recap of that.
Yeah, Rob, it was a fantastic tournament, every bit as good as I thought it would be. Coaches were telling me last week when I was doing the preview story for that sectional, it's the best they've ever had out there. And after watching it, I totally agree. I mean, you had a great run for the team championship. Crestwood's ahead by a point with 2 matches to go. West Branch gets pins in the last 2 matches, wins the team title. West Branch has 9 guys, area best, going to the district at Alliance this week. Marlington, which was a young team this year, but Marlington's got 4 guys going. Southeast has 3 guys going. Alliance has 3 guys going. And so it was overall, it was pretty good. Louisville also has 2 guys going as well. It was a pretty good tournament for the area. We had some teams that were young this year. Probably didn't get as many as they would hope, but for teams like West Branch, who were veteran teams this year, I think they were spot on with what they had hoped to accomplish at the sectional.
Okay, and looking ahead to the district and Alliance in Division II, coming up this weekend, by the way, Friday and Saturday, we'll have preview coverage all week at the Review print edition, and we'll have live coverage on Twitter and all the social media. Mike's getting adept at that, and we'll have live updates throughout the weekend, and we'll have coverage in Saturdays and Mondays Alliance Reviews. But looking ahead to that, Mike, what's the prognosis? What do the teams want to get out of that this weekend? Because it's going to get the competition gets a little better.
Oh, it's tremendous this weekend. You know, this is the old Firestone District, Rob, which is really like a mini state meet, and I would think this year more than ever it's like that because what I'm hearing from coaches, they're saying their kids that in other years would have gotten a state out of this district that may not even make it out this year. It's that good. I mean, it's 6 and 7 deep at each weight class. So you've got kids who would have gotten out in prior years that probably won't go this year. So it's going to be the strongest are going to survive this weekend. It's one of those things, and luckily we've got some good kids. We've got Connor Sharp is forecast 1 or 2 in most of the national publications. And he's really doing well. I think he's got a shot to win a state title this year. He's got a shot to do well this weekend, obviously. His brother, Logan Sharp, is one of the top guys at 220. He's dropped all that weight and got down to 220. Alliance, Spencer Nagy, I think, has got a great shot to get out to state. Southeast and Brandon James is another one. He's a great kid, forecast possibly for a state title this year in his weight class. And we've got some other kids. Marlington's got Tony Rupert, I think, who's got a chance to get out. I think, Marlington's young this year. They're all underclassmen on the Marlington team. But I think of all those, I think Tony Rupert probably has the best shot to get out. And West Branch has some other guys. On top of the Sharp brothers, they have some other guys. I think Pigeon at 160 has a chance to get out, and they've got some other guys who are in a gray area that might have a chance to get out. And then down in the Eastern District, Rob, Minerva got 4 kids going to the district down there this weekend. They've got some really good kids too, and I think they're going to get 2 or 3 of those kids to state. And then in our Division III sectional last weekend at Rootstown, Waterloo got 4 kids, and I think they've got a kid or 2 there that would have a chance to make it out in D3 this weekend.
Well, obviously, it depends. Luck of the draw plays as much of it as anything.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, coaches tell me that it's so important, the bracketing, where you end up, because if you end up in a half bracket that might have 5 good guys, you better make sure that you can win those first 2 matches, because if you don't, then the chances are, if say you win your first round match and you lose your second round match to a good kid, you're going to drop down, and because you're in that half bracket, you're going to face another high quality kid to come back through the consolations, and that's a tough way to have to do it. The best thing you can do is win those first 2 matches and hope you end up with a good draw in your 3rd round, and that's the easiest way to get to state. If you lose, especially if you lose like your second round match, you have to come back on Saturday and win 3 straight matches to go to state against great competition. I mean, that is a very tough way to have to go to state.
Yeah. Well, as I said, we invite you to look at all the coverage this weekend, throughout the week leading up to the event, and of course over the weekend we'll have coverage of the district tournament, also Minerva and Waterloo as well, and it's getting down to crunch time. State tournament is next weekend, so make sure you check out the review for all the coverage.